dungeons and the shenanigans.
Yes.
We do both.
Exactly.
Mainly shenanigans so far. We haven't really done much dungeons. Well, the Underdark technically.
I mean, but do we even need it? With so much shenanigans.
Exactly. We have so much shenanigans, just like impending doom and war.
Yep.
Just a little silly situation.
So silly.
So
If
cute.
you want to see more memes based on war crimes and D&D, go ahead and follow our Discord.
Or Jonas' mistakes.
Or
Yes.
my mistakes,
Yeah.
which are plenty.
Call you out for spontaneity and
Because
Where were
Elon
you
loves
from
to...
What city?
What?
nothing. I'm just saying that the link is in the description.
Link is in the description below.
Yeah.
Hey, Tara, where's... what's the capital city that Susie's in?
Yeah. It's a great question that you asked me
Susie
that.
was in?
You can find out if you hit the subscribe button and like this video.
Yeah, no, but like,
Yeah.
what is it? What's the city?
They've already subscribed.
Yeah.
There
The
you
one
go.
we're in now. If you haven't subscribed, close your ears. Close your ears. It's the one that we're in right now. That's about to be destroyed.
Yeah, you should remember the name.
I do remember the name.
because it's gonna get
and I'm
destroyed.
done playing
So you
this
should
game. Let's
remember the
move
name.
on.
Well, I don't think it's named that anymore. Is the thing.
What was? I guess so. I guess so.
So it's called the Crater now.
It's called, three
Yeah.
craters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing created.
Yeah.
It's called just the hole in the earth.
But from Axxion to Craters.
Oh, we're going on holiday to the hole in the earth.
Have you been there?
We spend our
We go to the
summers
Grand
there.
Canyon.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's some sort of Grand Canyon. Yeah.
Eventually it'll fill with water. It'll be nice pools. And
Yeah,
and
it'll-
like-
well,
yeah.
there's already
A
rivers.
hot spring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a hot spring.
Yeah, great
Can't
vacation
wait
place.
to take the kids there.
Exactly. So where we last left off, you guys went your own separate ways throughout the city. Kind of started to explore different things. Met some NPCs. Had some time to yourselves to just kind of think about things. Rose ended up getting an invitation to go have a wonderful, just beautiful dinner. While you were there, what was the place called? It was called the Artisan Dining Club.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I knew that.
While you were there in the Artisan Dining Club, and Ifan was in the Tinker's Brew, you guys were enjoying yourselves with a nice just bit of relaxation. When everybody started to feel a resonance within their spirit metal, something was calling out to them from their spirit metal, the spirit metal itself giving them a feeling of anxiousness, as if something was off and not quite all there. Rose, as you came back from the restroom to kind of freshen yourself up after yelling at a Wendigo that's been living in your mind, you end up looking out and see the skyline and how beautiful it is as the heavens part and the clouds burst open, as the meteors start to fall out from the sky, each about the size of town, just crashing down. And that's exactly where we last left off. Exactly. So, let's start out with Cowl. So, Cowl, what are you doing, bud?
Oh. Have I seen the meteors?
Yes, you can see them in the distance. You just see them.
Do I see where they're
It's like
going?
in the dinosaur movie.
You are on the
Slow
southern
motion.
side. This is looks like it might fall on the northern side, but you
You
see
were screaming
you see
in the
two of
background.
them are like clustered over towards the northern side, and you see another one is kind of falling a little bit to the east or the west. My bad.
Okay. Cal doesn't know what that means, so he's gonna go.
There's two going ahead. There's one going to the left.
What's the troll doing?
The troll.
Yeah.
You look over at the troll. He doesn't notice because you were on the river. You weren't directly under the bridge, so he doesn't see it.
Hey, troll!
Yeah,
I got a riddle for you.
stop.
Look up. No, start running.
Look up, I just see bridge. What's up there? Hello?
I'm gone.
What? Oh God!
So as
Say
you
troll god.
yeah. So as you are As you are running, you just see them falling out from the sky. Everything in your antlers is just telling you, bug out, run. This is unsafe. You just feel this, no words, but you feel the sensation of like almost like a tugging away from you, of like almost as if something is like trying to grab your antlers and pull you back. Okay. There is something about your spirit metal, and you know it's your spirit metal, that is basically trying to just drag you away from whatever this is. But you still march on?
Is there a saving throw I can make to combat this?
Oh, you don't have to combat it. It's just a sensation.
Yeah.
A sensation of worry.
Okay. Well, I know Lucky was trying to find coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go downtown.
Okay.
Where is it?
Okay.
It's just an immediate reaction. It's an immediate
So,
reaction.
as you are running,
I thought it didn't have a heartbeat.
That's your
he
hobby.
doesn't.
Oh, okay.
You are now starting to run out towards where these meteors are. You know that Ifan went to the center district.
Yeah.
You don't know where, but
Yeah,
you know
I
that
just
he's
know he
in
was
the
looking for
general
coffee.
area.
Yeah.
You end up running up and you just see the central park. Vela, what are you doing?
Are there people around me?
Yes, there. You see that there's like couples going on strolls throughout this area. It was just a quiet night, and all of a sudden you just see light emitting from the sky where these meteors are now starting to break through the atmosphere.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at the moon, so I saw that happen, and I'm just going to yell for people to run and point at the sky.
You see, there's a few people that are like, what? And they look up and they scream and run. There's some people that are skeptical at first, look up, and then immediately go, my bad, and just bolt.
There was no moon landing.
And then I'm going to run to, and in the necklace, I'm going to say, the only person I have a connection to right now is Yvonne. So I'm going to be like, Yvonne, where are you? There are meteors falling. Where are you?
Ifan, you felt that sensation on your back. You heard Cinder's words peeking into your ear. And now you hear within your mind Vela speaking out to you.
I kind of grab the pendant. And I sit there and it's like, meteors, I'm in a coffee shop. Like, what are you talking about?
It's not mutually exclusive, Yvonne. There are meteors falling outside the coffee shop, probably. They're heading towards the barracks. Where are you? I'm running right now. There's no time for this. Where are you?
It's a little spot. It's in an alleyway.
I'm by the park. I'm running. Oh,
that would be the last thing you hear from me, Fawn. But he keeps talking, thinking he's still talking to you.
okay.
Yeah, the park. I guess. Yeah, I can find my way there. Maybe, I don't know. It'll be fine. And he's going to leave the coffee shop to try and find people.
Okay, perfect. As you end up running out, leaving the coffee shop, Cal, you would see Vela running around in the park, like on the outer edge on one of these paths. It looks like she's like looking distressed.
Okay. I won't say her name because I don't want to distract her from what I'm doing, but I'll follow her.
Okay. You end up following and running towards her as she starts to run away towards another direction as she's looking for something.
Because I know that she has Lucky's connection.
Mhm.
Always.
Yeah, I'm looking in like alleyways and stuff because that's all he said.
Perfect. So, as you are bolting, you're running, Ifan, you end up bursting out from one of the alleyways, and you end up seeing just chaos. People running for their lives.
Oh.
Make a perception check.
I have great perception, as you guys know.
Yes.
What's your passive?
Tanner.
That's a 5 with a natural 1 on the die.
A 5.
We're good.
You don't see Vela anywhere. Vela, make one as well.
Okay. Hang on, let me add my psionic energy because that was not much better.
Can I get a rename?
Are you within 5 feet?
Alright, am I?
Are you? You said you were just kind of following her. You
Well,
were-
yeah, I was chasing her. I'm following right next to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know Cal's next to you now.
I'm not skeptically following her.
Oh.
Yeah. Where's logging?
I rolled a 13
A 13.
With advantage.
with advantage.
Yeah.
Cal is with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
much better. 23.
Okay.
Yeah, you do see Ifan standing there, kind of going like, just so confused, looking around.
I grab Cal and running towards Ifan.
You pick me up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chuck him like a baseball.
yeah. I princess carry Ifan with my 8 strength.
Perfect. As you start to run up to him, what are you doing, Dog?
I'm getting up and
You just see the night sky on the horizon just getting brighter and brighter, and something is clearly wrong, and you do see out in the clouds there is something ascending out from them.
and that's in the opposite direction of our inn
Yes,
we're staying in.
you are on the southern side of this city, where your inn is on the southern side of the city. I would say you're probably more in the eastern, like southeast.
And that druid that I was speaking with, did she leave just now or?
She left maybe about like 15 or so minutes ago,
Okay.
and she headed north.
She was heading north. I'm gonna see if I can follow and try to go north.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find her.
As you start to go north, now you see the true picture of what is happening, and you just see the two falling, just breaking through, and you can only imagine how fast those are actually plummeting. But at this distance, it looks negligible. It looks like they're just barely just moving.
Mm-hmm.
And you see another one in the distance, kind of going and falling towards the waters. It looks like.
Can I try to, because I felt the sensation with the aether, can I try to channel some of my energy into that and just try to make some kind of connection with it?
Sure. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
What do you think it is?
Natural one.
No, it's better than that. It's a 3.
Okay.
That's what I roll every time I roll.
So this-
for aether.
So this is technically
compilation.
a plus 3.
Just put my table upside down. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a plus 3 with this. So that's good at least.
I got it.
Yeah,
Go
you-
roll me a percentile real quick.
Okay.
Because this isn't a hard sensation currently.
The other one. 100?
100?
A 10 and a 0 is 100, right?
I think that's just 1.
I thought 0, 0, and 1 was 1. I don't know.
Yes, that is 0, 0, and 1 is, but it's 10 and 1.
It's a 10 and
Yeah.
a 0.
If you guys 0, 0, 0, it'd be 100.
Is it? Okay, so it's just 10?
No, it's 1.
It's 1.
Wait, it's
No,
1,
it's
0, and then 0, 0?
1, 0, and then a 0.
Oh, then that's 10, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
a 10 on one die and a 0 on the other die.
I can never remember how
Yeah.
that works. Okay.
You immediately feel this rush.
Yeah.
You can't tell where it's coming from. It feels as though the ground and everything around you is just screaming at you of this feeling of anger, of relishing in pain. Just this horrible feelings of somebody who is malicious and enjoying every second of this. You just feel that permeating all around you. You just feel all of like the mushrooms on you just like start to like almost wither away at just this deep, deep emotion of joy. Heinous joy.
And this is an external
This
emotion.
is an
It's not
external
me
force.
feeling that way. Okay.
You opened yourself up to feel,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems as though you opened yourself up maybe a little too much, and you just feel this immediate rush to where it almost feels like it's hard to breathe, just with how intense these emotions are. There is something out there that is emitting enough power to even feel their emotions and to feel their intentions.
Can I sense like which direction that feeling is coming from, or is
Not
it just
with
all
that
around?
roll.
Yeah.
You feel
That
it
makes
all
sense.
around you though.
Okay.
It's not great. Make a perception check.
So I like stagger and catch my balance on a tree.
Wait, are you using sight or hearing? Could you smell or hearing for this?
Smell wouldn't do anything for
For
this
hearing
one.
do this.
He doesn't have perception with hearing. Doesn't have keen
He has
hearing.
big ears.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But
But they're covered.
good smelling.
by the
Perception, you say?
Yes.
That is 15. 25. Sorry.
Whoa. Okay.
That's a big
That is
huge
yeah.
difference.
Wow.
As you're trying to look for a source from something, you can't help but notice there is just a bunch of black dots in the sky. Just in the distance, very far away, you just see these small little, like, dark spots just lining the sky. And you're like, that's weird. What? Those aren't
Unnatural.
They're not dark clouds. But it's not sporadic. They're not just, like, spread all around. It's in intricate, evenly spaced rows.
Mm-hmm.
And you see about 5 of those rows just in the sky. You can't tell how wide or how many in each wideness there are, but there's a lot. And you just see there's 5 rows of those just slowly starting to peek out from the sky.
So the druid lady gave me a flower.
Yes.
I ate the flower
Mhm.
15 minutes ago. Is
Yes.
that still affecting me?
That would start to... actually, yeah, it lasts an hour. You're still good. Yeah, you have immunity to fear currently.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is it affecting his anxiousness at all?
It's affecting it to the point where he's not having to make any saving throws. But you do still feel that pressure.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I just carry on. I kind of maybe like redouble after that first wave of emotion, and I'm just trying to go towards her because she was kind of the target that she's the last thing I talked to before these things started coming out of the sky.
Okay, perfect. Susie, you feel that sensation. Everything in your pendant and your feather is just screaming at you. You don't hear any sound or any voice. You just feel this anxiety coming from the metal.
Yes, and I was walking around inside the hotel, so I would peek out, see what's outside.
As you run past, you just hear, "Oh, going out for a night in the town now."
Shut up! And I look outside.
You look outside and you're expecting night. The horizon's bright.
And I see
You
it,
see
yes. And then I'm gonna be like, oh shoot. Evacuation protocol. Get moving now. Alert all of your tenants.
The evacuation protocol.
Evacuation protocol.
2319!
And then she would probably go out, alert anyone who doesn't know. Like, she's going to start making her way towards the base.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she's going to just alert as many people, follow protocol to as what they would have lined up for these emergency evacuation situations.
As
Try
you are
to
now
guide
starting,
people.
as you're getting that going, and you're like trying to like run around, tell people evacuate, hunker down, like everything.
Yeah.
You just hear in the distance, just you're waiting. You hear sirens.
It's really spooky because I've heard the siren in real life too.
Yep. As you are now starting to, you're like, oh god, no. You start to just run. You know the city understands what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
There is already an evacuation orders in play currently.
Yes, and she's not fleeing; she's standing.
Exactly.
And helping. Yeah.
Okay. As you're just helping the citizens trying to evacuate, go across the bridge, you just see hundreds upon thousands of people just running across these 2 bridges. The two bridges that are normally very wide and allow for so much commerce and travel are getting backed up with the amount of people trying to cross them. This is very tough. You see that there's just carts being overturned, people being trampled on, trying to just run out. This is war. The other three.
Oh, that's 3.
Yes. We'll get to you in a second.
Oh, I'm so nervous for her.
You guys are now you guys finally met up with each other. You guys are running up towards Ephon. Ephon, you do see them as they're starting to run up to you right now.
Oh, Lucky, you're okay.
Yeah, guys, what's going on?
Meteor's falling, we're gonna die. Do we run or help?
Guys, what meteors?
Big ones. That's all you need to know.
Guys, I just...
Yeah,
Oh.
it's bad. Do we run or help? Which one?
I run. Why would we run? We can't
Okay.
help this.
Usually you're the moral one. I'll put you on my back. Well, you're faster than me, actually. So you can lead it. Yeah, so we do that, I guess. Right? I'm getting
We need to make sure to not get separated.
Do you want to get on my back while I gallop?
What?
That way we
Okay.
won't get separated. Okay, we'll get separated.
But just everyone keep an eye on each other. Let's not get separated.
Hold hands, hold hands.
Yeah, we'll dance. We'll do
Yeah,
the
backpack
preschool daisy chain.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast a Find Steed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to try to get your other steed? Your full steed? Or are you just trying to get a random steed?
Because I'll try to get the steed, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d20. This is with advantage because you have a pact.
It's 11 and a 17.
Okay. And then perfect. As you are now trying to channel this, and you start to channel this weird power, you don't know the source of it, within you, roll me a d100. I guess you can roll a giant one, sure.
Just for funsies.
What other one would he roll? Are you serious?
That's 40.
40? Okay. You just try to imagine it. You guys hear this a rift starting to crack open, and as it you see the flaming hooves of a nightmare walking out from this rift. You see this nightmare is nearly as tall as Cowl is. Enormous. You see the flames and the shadows just kind of echoing off of it, almost as if it's made out of both shadow and flame. You see the bone protrusions starting to just kind of echo off of it. You now see your nightmare.
And I'll get on it, and I'll say, get on, trust me. It's okay.
All of us? It can
Yeah,
fit
all
us
of
all?
us. They carried
Okay.
3 before, so yeah.
You end up popping onto the back of this, and what you expect of like these like hot flames, you don't feel any heat, but you just feel just like your skin is crawling. This is not comfortable. Where to?
Where to, guys?
Well, we're gonna run into the crowds.
Well,
So-
we'll go into the ethereal realm.
Jay, I don't know what that means. Just
We'll be fine. Which direction? That's all I need to know.
Just
we need to
away.
find the group. We need to get to the inn.
Where's that?
Down the road.
Okay.
2 left.
Down the road 2 lefts.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll use an action to go into the ethereal realm.
Okay. As it takes a couple of hooves forward, it just turns and looks up to the sky. Turns back and looks at you. I think I want to go there.
I know you want to, but we gotta drop them off first.
Is this a bargain?
If you want it to be, sure.
We will go afterwards.
Let's go.
As it takes one hoof, you just see it just vanish with all of you. As you guys are running through this like ethereal astral plane, you're running and running and running, and you just see all these little wisps of light just running past you. And you can almost see some of them look like they have just like these like very, very thinly shaped silhouettes of what looks like people. It almost looks like you're running past the souls of everyone. You're just running through. Everybody, make me a perception check. All three of you.
It's a 9.
9.
18.
18?
11 as well.
Okay, 18. With the 18, you're seeing all these small little wisps running past you. And you do see almost like in yourselves, you just see that same kind of wisp, but you see it almost has like different colorations to it than everybody else does. You're like, that's strange. And you're looking around and you look up and you see in the sky there's these 5 rows of different colored lights blinking. Even at this distance, they are bigger than the random souls running past you guys right now. And you look up and you see one up in the sky, a giant sphere of just these multicolored lights of something, some sort of soul up within the sky.
Soul tree.
Right as you notice that, you're like, what the? You emerge out of the ethereal plane. The hooves leaving a fire trail behind it as it stops. You're at the end.
Okay, we're here, guys. I made a bargain, so I can't come with you. I will
You see
be back when I
Susie.
can.
You see Susie like running around evacuating people right now.
Susie, take care of Lucky.
You guys need to get out of here.
And you guys hop
We
on.
need to get out of here. We all need to get out of here.
Yes. Keep going.
Come with us, Susie.
Nope, I have a job. No.
Gosh dang it, Susie. We're not just gonna leave. And Cal's gone. Oh my gosh.
And I don't know where he went. He just vanished. Is that normal?
We don't know. I don't know.
You've been on my nerve.
I don't remember.
In the Underdark.
The Trask. You know when you missed?
She's
Nice.
blocked out.
Yeah, I really don't remember that.
You are seeing the meteors getting extremely close now. You're starting to see the full scale of these as they are now breaking almost completely out of the clouds. They are getting extremely close. You just see the flames.
Oh, okay, guys. If you're not going to leave, then you have to find shelter.
Susie, tell us how to help. What are you doing?
Well, you can just copy me then, I guess. Here, this is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. I explain helping
Yep.
people. I explain.
Okay, yeah, I'll just copy her to try to help.
You guys end up helping with the evacuation, just trying to get people across this bridge as safe and effectively as possible. It is really difficult. Dog, what are you doing?
I'm still going towards and trying to track down this elf druid lady.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a nature check.
And I would try to be smelling her scent too.
Okay, you do remember that. So, nature or perception? It's your choice.
Alright, perception. Just double check. Yeah, perception.
Okay.
And it's with advantage because it's my nose.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't matter because I suck at everything. 14? No, wait. I'm looking at the wrong
24.
37. 17.
17, still better. Within this area, you just smell gunpowder. You smell gunpowder. You smell soot.
I like this
You're like, okay, this is nice. Very earthy scents, okay? But there's that one distinct smell that you remember so distinctly. You just feel it just kind of hit you on the wind. Just very sweet and serene smell. Very calming. You just smell that, and it's almost like kind of like a Tom and Jerry, where like the pie gets in your nose, and you're kind of like with the
My feet
trail.
just, start floating. And
Yeah, you smell that one scent trail.
I'm locked in.
You're locked in.
All right, then. I will dash. I'll
Okay, you just
run toward it.
put the staff on your back as you just start running forward. You don't know exactly where it is, but you are starting to see the meteors are getting closer. And at this range now, you are running towards the meteors, towards their impact. Do you continue on?
I continue.
Okay. As you keep running and running and running forward, you just see them just make me a perception check again.
With nose or just?
Up to you.
Can you smell the meteor?
I can smell.
I can smell you.
Let's see. It's gonna be a 22.
22.
Which is
Oh.
right.
As you're running and just you keep dashing as fast as you can towards this, you just see kind of floating up into the sky, just maybe about like 20 feet or so high. You see the crooked staff, the shepherd's crook that has that little jewel in the center of it, as it just kind of hanging over, vines wrapped around it. You see the druid, her hair kind of flowing in the air. As you see, she's just looking up at these meteors. You just see her back as you're running up.
And she's floating.
Yes.
So I just yell. I didn't catch your name, but Druid lady, what are you doing?
She turns around, looks at you. You
How
need
can
to
help?
leave.
Is this your doing?
This is not my doing, but I have a job to do.
Let me help.
She turns around, looks down at you. You
I can help.
make a persuasion check.
Yeah, you got this. You got this. No.
Somebody can roll. I mean,
Got it?
Persuasion?
persuasion.
With the one I have a -1 in?
Yes.
It's only a 4.
Oh.
Or
Come on, I can help.
how? How can you help with this?
And I just say, well, tell me what to do. I can do it. Together we're stronger.
Oh, and she just kind of floats down to you. Just
Can't fly yet, but
She
That's
she
amazing.
puts her hand on your shoulder and just goes,
So I would.
"Save your powers for another day. You're not strong enough yet."
I agree. But how do I get stronger if I don't use it?
Live.
That usually helps.
I understand your, and she's looking at like the mushrooms that are kind of like wilting almost. I understand your desire for controlling the cycle of life.
And you.
It's all the soot. Yeah.
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 I hand her a glass of the crystal water.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Wait, no, that's the glue.
Ah,
Ah.
I understand. You want to protect. You want to see everything to its bitter end. But even so, you must live. You are not immortal. Your powers are not immortal. Even I am not immortal.
Who are you?
I'm an ally to nature.
Then we are family.
I would agree. Which is why you need to leave.
All right, ally to nature. I will heed your wisdom. You are very wise. But-
She looks up. I don't think you're going to be leaving anytime soon, though.
Yeah. How far am I going to run to get away from this? I'm better off dying with you here.
I wouldn't say I'm going to die. And you just hear this,
Everything's ready.
and you look over and you see there's this tabaxi big, muscular, just these wide shoulders. And you see this like orange fur just goes, everything is ready. You see one of his eyes is just kind of missing. You see this giant sword on his back. He goes, everything is ready?
Everything.
Good. Well then, puts her hand on your shoulder again. This is goodbye for now. Are you willing?
To leave?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna struggle.
You're gonna struggle?
Yeah.
Make a spell save.
Dude, it's really high.
Spell saving throw.
Yes.
It'd be an 18.
So this, okay, are you using your spell save DC?
I was using my wisdom.
Okay, yeah, we'll use your wisdom. That still doesn't meet the DC. As she just kind of goes, ta-ta for now. You just vanish and then just appear a great distance away towards the center of the town. You just, out of this pink and purple smoke, you just, and you just see the meteors in the distance again.
Oh, ally.
You just go back.
Yeah.
So I try to get my bearing. Do I recognize anywhere?
Yeah, you're a bit further south from the center district, so you're
Okay.
a little bit away from where the holy temples are. So you are closer to the inn.
All right, so I'll head back to the inn
Okay.
towards that area.
Perfect. You end up heading back over towards the inn. You see your allies trying to evacuate people.
Oh, perfect timing.
What is going on?
Evacuation protocol.
I was up pretty close to the meteors. They're gonna hit any time now. We got to get out of here. There's people stronger than us that are combating it somehow.
You're right. My brethren in arms over there. They're working really hard, I know it. So you guys have to go.
Didn't seem military. But
Susie, they're going
At
to
this
get
point,
hit
Susie,
by 3 meteors.
at this point, you're looking up and you're pointing. You're starting to see the airships are now rising out. These micro airships that are now.
And I'm like,
they're all
"They
flying,
got it.
and I can fly. Can you
You see
fly?
the airship fighter jets basically
Yeah.
starting to fly around, and these things are minuscule compared to what's in the sky.
They've got it. They've got it. You said they were. Yeah, they're flying. Yeah, in the ships.
Little flies.
There's an entire army up there, and there is someone very strong in Aether that's there too. They're going to be shot out of the sky.
An army
Yeah.
up in the sky.
I feel their
Yes,
hatred.
and they're all Aether soldiers.
Make a perception check, Susie.
Yeah. I don't think I'm super perceptive. That is an 11.
At 11, even with their pointing, you can't really discern.
Yeah, I don't see what you guys are talking about at all, but I do see this crowd that needs to get across the bridge, and I'm gonna
We're
do
not
my
succeeding.
job.
Cal, as you are rushing through the ethereal plane again, you reemerge.
Can
And
I see the spirit of the meteors while I was in the ethereal?
the spirit of the meteors,
Yeah, do I see any spirit colors?
go ahead and roll me a perception check. We'll just go regular perception check because you are within the ethereal plane, so you
Okay,
would start to see
that's a 12.
a 12. You see the size of the meteors. You do see like the general shape of them. Right. You see just these infusions of what looks like this deep like earthy color to it. You see flames. You see what looks like this like little bit of like this like darkness kind of shrouding the whole thing. This is infused with aether.
And do I see anything in the sky with that? Any spirits in the sky?
You see the giant orb in the sky. You see the giant one, and as you see that one, you see the battalion close by it.
What's the nightmare following?
The nightmare is going towards the meteors,
Okay.
towards where ground zero is.
I guess while I'm here, how far away am I from the meteors now?
Almost directly under.
Oh, really? Under it?
You are still in the ethereal plane, but you are starting to see them just, you are almost under. The first one.
You trying to make it hit us?
I have a plan.
Tell me the plan, because I have another plan. And
What is your plan?
Not going under it.
You know how I told you I have spirit, just like these meteors have spirit?
Yes.
I want to see if I can suck it out.
The hooves.
There.
All within the ethereal plane, just like. Do you really think that you can suffuse yourself with that much energy?
Well, I know that you like dark as well.
I do.
And judging from your personality, I think you could take a lot. If you think we can defend from this meteor.
I'm not sure. See, looking up, you see the flames just kind of flicking around him right now. Is that seriously your plan?
Well, what was yours?
Mine was to see the impact firsthand and absorb the residual energy that exploded from it.
That's a better idea. But I think the blast radius is going to be a lot bigger than what we're expecting.
I would agree. Which is why we can shelter in here.
Well, we could still see it in here. I think the spirits can still affect us.
I've lived longer than you have.
So you think it's going to be okay?
Yes.
Well, you're the man. You know how spirits work more than I do.
I really don't. As emerging out from this again, you just hear them. Now they're like maybe a couple thousand feet above you. You are starting to feel the heat now starting to hit you. This is very warm.
Yes. But we're both. It probably doesn't matter, but we're both resistant.
I'm warm.
Yeah. Okay.
You still feel the heat.
Yeah.
You're not taking damage from it, but you feel the heat.
Yeah.
As just you both are now looking up into this. This is a problem.
Second thoughts.
Partially. But no going back now. As you see him just widen his stance and you see the hooves start to like glow. Looks like he's preparing to absorb some of the energy.
I'm going to do that as well.
Okay.
I
She
got
thinks
excited.
it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
She's telling you not to do it.
She is not happy with it.
Yeah. Not happy at all.
So, go ahead and make me just roll a d20.
Okay. I'm spending all of my turns doing this.
Okay. In that case, just roll me a d100.
It's a 78.
78. As you are now bearing down, you just see this light almost just like cascade over this, almost as if it like you just scanned it. You just see this wave of energy, and you see just this small corkscrew of darkened energy and fire started to coil down from this meteor faster than the meteor itself, as the dark one splits off into two, one going to you, one going to him, and the fire going to him.
And this is only one meteor.
This is
Yeah.
one meteor.
Can I choose which one? Or has half of it already been chosen?
This is the closest one, the one right above you. There's one directly above you, and there's one a little bit of ways from you over
Yeah.
here, and then there's one way over above the water.
Okay, this is the one I wanted to be in anyways.
Perfect.
Sweet.
And you end up running in, and it's at this point you start to see soldiers are running around. You see what look like these giant machines that have like this cannon on them, on treads, just running across. You see that there is so many soldiers running, evacuating, all of them geared and armed to the teeth, running. Some of them staying to fight, some of them looking like they're looking for enemies. But you see a mass majority of them are just running. So, as they start to just, the dark hits you, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That is a 18, actually. Thanks. It's probably the biggest wisdom save I've ever made.
You aren't overcome or overtaken by this effect, but you immediately feel the intense, malicious intent behind this. And you, because you are absorbing it directly, you know exactly the source. You look up and you know that glowing light within the sky. That person, that being, that is the one causing this. That being has this intense, malicious feeling. It almost feels sickening to the point where you almost, even you, feel like doubling over. It is just this wave of intensity, but you're not overtaken by it.
I forgot to add my charisma. That was actually supposed to be a 22. I don't know if it matters.
It doesn't.
Okay.
You succeeded anyway. It's not a great feeling.
And I'm not just doing it to me. I'm trying to spread it out to all of the me's.
All of the yous?
Yeah.
You went, okay, I see what you're saying. That much is not happening that often, or that much. But you are starting to see the spirit metal itself being charged.
Okay.
And you do see like the dark energy just kind of in between the antlers.
Because I already have a pretty strong connection to Calamitous,
Mhm.
so I know how to route it to him. But I'm also routing it to all the hints I have of the other one, which is the Black Chains, True Justice, and Field Art.
Doesn't seem like it's absorbing any of it.
Okay. Just trying to know.
Not yet, at least. But you are starting to transfer some of that to Calamitous. And even then, you still feel overwhelmed, as if your body itself is taking on too much energy. Just a little too much. As you're starting to take this on, you see the veins almost in your skin, you just see them start to pop and bulge. You see them all darkening. You feel like almost as if like your very essence is being just like crushed by how much you have. Almost as if it's being crushed and torn apart at the same time. You are starting to feel just this internal pain all throughout your body the more you take on. As
How's
you're
the nightmare looking?
the nightmare, standing strong, but also looking like this is a little too much.
Okay.
You did take away some of the power from this, but now as you're trying to still channeling this in, you end up coughing up blood. As you just slowly start to feel yourself just being like almost as if your body itself is being crushed by the weight of what you're absorbing.
This would be a good time to come out, Fielder.
Nothing.
Okay.
I think we've had enough.
You think?
I think.
When you guys enter into the ethereal plane again, you still feel that crushing feeling. Not as heavy, but you still feel that. And now that you know the source, you look up and you see that those wisps coming off of the meteor entering into the ethereal plane, hitting you. And you see another chain, an enormous 3 chains going towards where that huge soul is. So he goes, time to run, and he will dash off towards the inn, towards your allies again, knowing that you at least weakened this one.
Then we go back to the inn.
Both of your bodies are beaten and crushed by the amount of aether you have just absorbed. But who knows where that'll go for you?
Yep.
Rose. As you are now sitting here, or standing, you just see the windows of the beautiful skyline as the meteors themselves are now starting to just nearly hitting and doubling over. You just see them. What else can you do? You don't have any of your equipment. You don't have your guitar. You don't have anything. As you're just standing here just wondering what to do, you just see Commander Sean just yelling into this rock communication device before he's just looking up. just walks forward. And it's at this point you do see he like kind of like is just like holding right here. And you notice he has a pendant to the platinum dragon. As he's just kind of holding that. And just sees, he walks up right next to you. And you just see the meteors just falling out. We're not safe here.
No.
I don't even know where to go. No. This. Do you trust me?
Of course.
He really likes Aladdin, right? Yeah. She's just gonna be like, yep.
All right. Grab hold, and he like grabs your shoulder and pulls you in.
Okay.
And you see him just reach into his pocket and get out this little crystal. It's like a crystal maybe about like that big. This is a single-time use, but we have more down there. We should be safe under there.
Where?
It's best if you don't ask a lot of questions.
What?
I warn you, there is someone who is loose, but it's under control. I hope. And you see him just crush the crystal, and as he crushes it, you see it create this energy field around you guys, and this like sphere. And you see there's people going, no, and running, trying to get into this as well. You see their hand like just like reach in as they're about to go in, and you just see he turns around and just shakes his head and just kind of braces right as you're starting to see the meteors nearly about to hit the surface. You both vanish. You reappear. As you reappear, you just see an arm fall along with it.
Oh.
As not everything made in the teleportation.
Check it for rings.
No. He's not gonna loot a dismembered arm in front of
He's not
him.
gonna use it anymore.
Hey, you need a hand?
Ooh, nice
Use that for
launch.
your next print. That'd be a good print tool.
It's an improvised weapon. Slap. I cast a magic weapon on his hand.
No.
So, as you are now in this area, you see the lights in here are all dimmed, and you're starting to see sparking as there is a power failure starting to appear.
So, you're sure this is safe?
It should be. And as he goes, it should be, you just hear, oh, now you decide to join us. And you see that there is a woman, you see, has this big white lab coat. Now you decide to join us. Hunker down, it's about to hit. And he goes, yeah, and runs, grabs you, and pulls you underneath one of the desks as
She's covering her ears.
His
Like,
big strong arms. Or...
Tom.
this impact, you just hear this impact above ground. Just everything in here starts to go sparking. The whole ground is rumbling. As you can only imagine what is happening above. You start to hear things fall. Just falling over. And another. And then just about a second later, you hear just a distant hit again. But this one sounds different. The other two sounded directly above you. The other one sounds a little more distant, but you do still hear the rumble and the shockwave of that one hitting. You can only imagine what that one has done. And the ground itself is still quaking and shaking. You see the lights themselves starting to just sway. Some of them just shatter upon hitting the walls. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Oh, goodness. Do you have another teleport crystal? And he talks to this scientist, and she goes, if I had one, why do you think I'd be here? True. Okay. We might be stuck. For now. Okay. He's starting to just kind of look around. Where is she? And then she was heading towards the entrance, but at this point, who knows what she's gonna do. And then you just see, like, another assistant just kind of, like, walks up and just goes, excuse me, hi, do you have clearance to be here? And then he goes, not now! She goes, sorry.
Interns.
Yeah, stupid interns.
That is an unpaid intern, and you know it.
That's fair.
You just hear her go. Experiment 487 is still not detained. She's not detained yet. What do we do? And you just hear her. You hear the professor go, I guess we have to fight. You just see her walk over to like one of like these like overturned like cabinets, and she just kick it open, grabs a rifle, and you just hear.
You could have stolen it.
And you just see in the distance, kind of in the hallway, just like the flickering lights just occasionally illuminating. You see a flame emerge from a hand. You see another walking out from this. You see the flickering lights. You see this woman in this hospital gown. You see she's just walking forward towards you. You see her eyes are just this like wicked, like deep, dark black. You see the hair itself is these stringy, white, tangled streaks of hair. She's starting to walk forward. How do I escape here? How do I get out? And as she's saying this, you see the flames turn to this energy of just lightning as it.
How do I get out? How do we get out?
And you see them transition once more into this shadow as it almost absorbs the darkness around. I just want to play. How can I escape? Turns back to flames. Where's the exit? Please tell me. Where is it? We must go.
We must leave.
And as she starts to approach, you just feel this presence. Something about her is off.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Can't tell why.
Yeah, I can't quite place my finger
It's
on
just
it,
the hair.
but I just have a strange
It's the hair.
feeling. Yeah. Something. Maybe her tone of voice? I don't know. I just really can't quite place my finger on it.
It's too happy.
So, as you are now here, just underground, underneath this bunker, she starts to approach and just, where are you? Where is the exit? Give it to me now, please. I know that one's not safe anymore. Where is the exit? As she's approaching and getting closer and closer, you just see Professor June blast outwards, and you just see as it is about to impact, she just grabs it and throws it to the side. This energy as it just hits the wall and naughty. She starts approaching and immediately just rushes her and pins her to the wall against her throat. I thought we were gonna play nice. You said I needed to play nice, didn't you? And she's just holding her. You just hear her just trying to resist before you hear it. You see the experiment just falls to the ground. You see this crater in her head. And you see the assistant, arm extended. And you see almost as if the arm itself is split up into multiple different, sections. As it... Well, I don't have to worry about her anymore. God, she was like away. And you see she just starts to walk forward. And you just hear the professor go, Thank you. Well, I'll give you a raise for this. Wow, okay. You just hear her go, Shut up, woman. I don't need your praise. I don't need anything from you. You're merely in the way as well. As she just starts to walk forward. You see her start to walk forward. And you see she grabs out of her pocket this purple, finely cut crystal. She walks over and just walks into the hallway. Jams it in, and you see other anchor points. And that center one. As you see all of them start to light up in that purple light as it energy starts to coalesce and spin into this section. She has made a doorway to something. You see this energy as if the shadow itself is now starting to extend outwards into this hallway. The white walls now turn black. And you see her just kneel. You see a clawed hand reach out and pass through. You see this fiendish form. You see these bright purple eyes, just of these giant horns that just kind of crest backwards. You see this dark and leathery skin walk forward, this long billowing cloak behind, walking forward. And you see emerging out, 2 others walk out beside him, hoods thrown over.
What is the status?
Everything is prepared for you, my lord. Everything. Good. As you see, the assistant stands up, and you see, I guess I don't need this anymore. Just rip off a pendant, and you just see the form shift away from the human, and you instead see a tabaxi. You see this almost smoky gray fur color. She just throws it to the side, and you now start to see the metallic arm. Everything's ready for you, my king. Good. As it just starts to approach, and you just see there is some of the guards rushing up and just going and just starting to blast at him. As you just see them just impact you, but as they impact, almost as if it's like a portal, and it just passes into him and absorbs as it just keeps walking forward. You just see him point outwards, and you see those 2 at his side rush forward. He just in a blink of an eye executed them completely. You just see their heads just lopped off. You see one of them holding a sword that looks like it's made of this bright white light, and just right off. You see another one looks like he uses this very jagged edged dagger, and just brings him to the ground with the dagger, and just right on the ground. Both executed immediately. As he starts to walk forward, the cape billowing.
He has a billowing cape.
Really?
Who has done this to you? And he's walking forward, avoiding you, avoiding even looking in your direction. looks like he's looking at Professor Jim. He's just walking past you. As he is getting near you, just feel this intense pressure. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
13. You are crushed by fear. As you just feel this intense pressure, everything in you screams, kneel. And you instinctually kneel. As he walked past you, and you see the commander also kneeling, trying to resist, but unable to. As he walks up to the professor and just grabs her head. Were you the one who did it? She just... Yes, my lord. She's the one who did it. And all the reports are true? Every word of it? Good. My sons, take her away. We will see to it she sees the proper punishment. And you just hear, yes, father. And one of them just, the one who brought it to the ground with the dagger, grabs her, and in just this blink of an eye of shadow, just rushes towards where the portal is and just vanishes. For walking over. Open it. And you see the one who has this glowing sword just casts this fire outwards and just explodes the wall. The impact hitting and the dust kind of hitting you guys, almost making you fall over, but you know you should not fall over. As the dust kind of settles, you just hear, my brother, it has been some time, hasn't it? As you see the leathery mask starts to fade back, and you see these tabaxi ears of this full white tabaxi walking forward. You see what looks like these like scars over where the eyes should be, but the eyes still remain. And walking forward, it is here. That was some entrance. Standing up and walking out of this, and you see a human with this stark white hair, these almost grayed eyes, walking out in this hospital gown, just kind of. That is good luck for you, isn't it? Yeah, keep it up, keep it up. This hurts a lot. Where to? Home. Come along now. And just grabs his arm around him and starts to walk him out of this. And you just hear this guy just go and just take a step. And as he takes a step, he's got the arm around him, just talking to him, and immediately throws a dagger and just hits him right dead in the skull as he just hits the ground. I told you not to move. And starts to walk, bringing him towards the portal, it seems, before he stops and looks down at you. Hello, young one. And kind of leans down real close, just a squat, really close to your face, just about like this close. What is your name? You could answer me.
Rose.
Rose. That is a very pretty name. It looks like you were on a date, I assume, with this gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Did it go well? Or I should say, was it going well?
Mm-hmm.
Good. What about you? He turns over. Was it good for you? Minus the city being destroyed. Yeah. It was good. Well, it looks like we have a couple of lovers here. Well, that is so sweet. I myself am more of a lover than a fighter. I love to be passionate and express this passion. And I see you so lovingly looking at each other. Are you going to try to fight or resist?
No.
Good, good. That is probably pretty wise of you. I wouldn't want to kill someone as pretty as you. Although I can see your true form. I hope you do know that.
That's fine.
Good. I still think you're pretty. And for you, Mr. Handsome. Yes, and for you, Mr. Handsome. Would you like to come along as well? I do know you are military, so you will have to trade military secrets with me for a time being, but I can offer you safe passage. Is this deal acceptable? He just goes, he just looks over at you, just kind of clutches the pendant of Bahamut. You're a Bahamut worshipper. Well, I know somebody who is as well. I know many people actually who are Bahamut worshippers. They are quite over-righteous. I warn you, should you choose to obey the law, like Bahamut says, and stay true to your country, you will die like the dog you are. It is your choice. I have no intentions of invading this place. This explosions, this is not my work. But it is a good guise, is it not? What are you after? My friend here. And he points up to that gentleman that he just saved. This is who I'm here for. Everything else is secondary. But if anybody gets in my way, I will make it seem like this invasion is nothing. So tell me, do you want to trade secrets? Yes, sir. Good. Now come along, children. Come on, come. It is fine. And as he says that, you feel that presence lighten, of that pressure, as if it was emitting directly from him. Stand up. We must go.
She's like almost falling over. Like
He is as well. He like grabs a desk and like tries to pull himself up. Hoover, he grabs you and kind of tries to help you up as well, as you both are like still kind of cowering under this pressure almost. It is fine. I will keep you safe. Come along now. He starts to just walk forward. And as he walks forward, you see the other two that were, or there was the one in the room left. You see the one with the swords is just standing there. Just eyeing you both down. It seems as though he's waiting for you guys to leave. He's trying to just kind of bring you. You both are trying to hold each other up from this pressure. As you see him just walk backwards. Sis. Yeah? You got this place covered? Always. And you just see her walk over. And you see she has her arm and she flips open this panel. You see you're just... You just hear as she starts to just walk through this portal, and just all of you walk through this portal before it closes. Right as it closes, you hear in the distance. You are now standing in this dark, cathedral-like castle. The marbled floors below you as the portal closes behind you. Welcome to my home. Would you like something to eat?
I just ate. Thank you.
Oh, this is unfortunate. My chef is pretty cool. But I don't need you. As much as I love your company theory, I don't really need you here. I need more him. So when would you like me to drop you off?
I'm not. Do I have to leave?
Yes. Unless you would like to stay here as one of my concubines.
That's a good offer.
My brother-in-law played this character, Jonah. Don't. Gosh.
Think about everything that Katami
I
has
was
done.
gonna say, he would say this though. He would say this, unfortunately. So,
You can stay for as long as you'd like.
I don't want to stay for the reason that you offered.
Well, then, unfortunately, you have to leave. This hall is for official business only. So where would you like to go? Keep in mind, I don't have that many doorways within the grim thing, so I don't have many options. But I can bring you back to the city, just in a safer place.
Is it safe?
Is it safe? He looks over at the one with the mechanical arm. I mean, based on what I saw and what I predicted, the city shouldn't be all destroyed, but it will be in chaos. Well, there you have it. Not everything will be destroyed.
That's not what I asked. Back to the city is fine.
Good. Would you like to escort them there? And he talks to the other tabaxi. They go, well, we're headed back there already, so might as well go. You see the one that brought the professor in is standing on her head. You see his foot is just on her head as she's just on the ground. Yeah, I think we should go. You got her handled? Oh, believe me, I do. Good, good. All right. Well, good to see you, Pop. I guess we're out of here. You got the portal? And he talks to the one with the mechanical arm. That I do. Walks over, and you just see as she gets one of the crystals and just throws it forward, and it's just... In we go. Starts to walk through. And he lifts his foot off of her head and starts to walk out. The one with the two swords walks over and just kind of puts his arm around your shoulder. Well, guess it's time to go. Come on.
Let go of me.
Oh, don't be such a sour sort.
No, let go of me. I can walk through by myself.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry there. Let's go. And he's waiting for you to walk through completely.
I'm just gonna look for Sean for a sec. And just kind of like...
You see him just still there. Just kind of like... At this point, he's just kind of sitting down, just on the ground. Just looks up at you. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Stay safe, please.
You too. She's gonna walk through.
As you walk through, you make one last final glance before it. The portal reopens up once again, and you are on the other side of the bridge. You're on top of this hill that overlooks the city, and you just see carnage. As you just overlook and you see all of this destruction, this chaos, this carnage, what do you even do? You're looking around trying to find something. Everybody else, what are you doing?
I would like to quickly state that before I fully left the hotel, I would have grabbed Rose's stuff and put it in my backpack. I would have,
Good.
because it was out on the bed. It was there. It's safe next to my case file that I have
Good.
in my bag. Just want to throw that out
I
there.
thought
I
you
got
were
your guitar, girl.
I'm gonna go back to the hotel and hide in the pillow fort. It's the perfect place.
It's
No, the integrity has been compromised.
freaking Bella.
Yeah, Bella ruined the integrity of
Thanks,
it.
Bella.
When I had gotten there, Susie, you could have put her stuff, like her guitar, the load bearing stuff, in the bag of holding.
That's the backpack I have is basically like a bag of holding now.
Nice.
Yeah,
Handy
so
haversack.
it's I got it in there. Chill.
Okay, never mind.
So, as you are now starting to run around, what are you guys doing before the impact?
Am I back yet?
At this point, you would get back. You guys would see Cal just appear, looking ragged.
Okay, buddy. I think you've done enough already, huh?
What do you think? As you say that, you just disappears, and you just.
Yep. It was nice knowing you. Hey guys.
Welcome back.
Pulsing veins all over my body.
Would I know of any
You're
bunkers?
There are a few. Well, there's not a few. There's a lot actually throughout the
Yeah,
city.
because like I don't think we'll be able. Guys, I don't think we'll be able to evacuate in time with all these bridges. But there are bunkers. I think if we could make it to one of those, we might be able to survive.
Well, let's try.
Perfect.
We can also go under them. Because the blasts
Cal,
would be
what
like
do you
this. Blasts don't go underground.
That's why we're going to a bunker. Do you know what a bunker is?
Yeah, I'm
Do you
saying
know what
you
a bunker?
don't have to be in a bunker. Choose them.
What do you mean we don't have to be in a bunker? A bunker is underground.
Yeah, but it's not going to destroy all the city. I have a friend I forgot to
So
protect.
then I keep
I'm sorry.
walking. So that
My troll friend might die. I don't know where he is. He offered me eggs.
What?
Yeah, he offered me eggs.
Later.
Dodge, you give him any of your mushrooms, your special mushrooms?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I guess trolls don't exist now.
Well,
They
You're
do.
just-
I've
you
met
just
some.
appeared out of nowhere looking like this now, talking nonsense. I mean, I don't know what you've been
Never
doing.
mind. You're wasting time. Let's go.
We're
wasting time.
We're already walking. I don't think there's really anything more we
We'll just have to
can
run.
do aside
Yeah.
from just hoping. I would want to pick a bunker that's not close to the
Yes.
impact. I'm not going right up to it, but
Mhm.
I
Just
don't
in
think
case,
there's
fella, can you
anything
do your
else.
mind thing with us?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me,
Help
I'll use a
out.
bonus action to recover psionic energy and use it to do psychic whispers again. As long as we're within a mile of each other, we can talk for the next 8 hours telepathically.
Nice.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Hello?
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 Wait, you're too
I
close.
hear
I
all
can
of
hear
you
you
guys. Thank
and
you.
in my mind, so I can't tell.
Alright. You end up running over towards one of the bunkers that you know exists. You're running and running and running, trying to even get there. There are other people in the crowd that know of the same bunkers and are also running towards those as well.
Mhm.
As you're kind of rushing past, you are starting to see there's some soldiers kind of stiff arming people just trying to rush past, running towards where the impact is, and there's a bunch more running away from it. There is a lot of people trying to escape.
Oh yeah. As we're running through the crowds, I would be trying to find Rose as well. Just keeping an eye out. But I mean, I know I'm not really gonna see her.
Now let's see her.
Mhm.
She has vanished. So, as you are now starting to just run and bolt away from this area, you end up getting to one of the bunkers, and you just see there's some Arclassian soldiers just going, get in, just rushing people in, just pulling them in, and sees you, gives you a nod as just get in, just trying to throw as many people in.
Yes, and before I go all the way in the bunker, I would do my Echo Avatar, which is basically like a familiar,
Yep.
to leave out to help try and find Rose. So it can be 1,000 feet away from me, and it only lasts for 10 minutes. So I got
Just
10 minutes to find you.
So you better
Yeah, you leave your echo out and just
Yeah.
kind of patrol.
Navigating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. As you enter into the bunker, everybody else enters in, and there's a bunch more kind of coming in. And this is a pretty big kind of grooved ramp almost. almost. Like it's not completely steps, but it's also not just like a completely smooth slide. So there is a way to there's traction on it, but you are starting to kind of stumble. Everybody's rushing into this underground area before they go, no more, and just. This is your second time at a bunker.
Yeah.
This campaign.
Actually,
Yeah,
I was
bunkers
out of
are-
the bunker the first time, and technically I'm half out of the bunker now.
Yep. As you transfer your mind and your sight and your sound into this echo, as it just kind of fading in and out, you just see them slowly approaching. And you are the only one who can see this.
Is it tightly packed in there?
It's pretty tightly packed.
Dog, can't you turn into like a mouse or something? It's really tight.
I can, but then I'll be stepped on, and it'll come
Go,
right back to
just
this phone.
be on my shoulders.
All right. So I turn into a lizard.
Okay.
Normal lizard form.
As you're on Cowl, you feel this immense energy just permeating off of him and his
You felt this
members.
when you were a lizard last
Yeah.
night too.
This lizard form, I can sense things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I try
Maybe
to
it was
reach
walking.
out with my aether. I try to reach out to it, see if I can connect with it.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
It's gonna be a 3. Oh, a 9.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
multiple of 9.
That is a +3. So as you are just on his shoulder, just kind of thinking on it, you just feel this connection hit. And now you realize this is the same power that you felt, that presence, but it's not coming from Cal. It's linked somewhere else. And you're kind of trying to follow that with your senses, and you know it's within the sky, but you don't know where.
Cal, this I feel an energy coming off of you that I felt from the asteroids. Or
Yeah, me and my buddy, we pulled some of the power off of one of the meteors, and it's in me right now, but it's harnessed.
it feels.
I had to stop though because it hurt. I was throwing up blood. That's what you see on my body.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see a little bit of blood just kind of on the corner of his mouth.
Yeah, me and him took as much possible. So one of the meteors was a little bit weaker, but that was really all we could do.
As it impacts,
How-
does your echo have HP? Your familiar echo.
One.
Yeah, I think it just has 1 HP, so
Okay.
it'll be gone. So my physical body is blind and deafened while I have that up,
Yes.
so I'm probably just holding onto Bella's sleeve, just as I'm sitting there, not conscious at all. Yeah, and then I would suddenly come back to my consciousness.
The impact doesn't destroy your echo,
Oh, okay.
but you do see in the distance that the first one, as it just create this shock wave, and this crater of energy started to just erupt. You see almost the only way I can describe it is how when the generator exploded, how it created that wave that just destroyed everything in just in that radius. It's almost like that, but it's just the impact, just the air and the flames just cascading and just crushing everything within the radius as all of the rocks are now starting to explode and crumble, and you see stone flying everywhere as you see another one impact, creating the same exact effect right on the military base. You see multiple explosions, additional explosions happening as you notice that this is, I don't know what that was, as those,
It's either. Oh my gosh!
those additional explosions, which you can only assume are your own bombs of the military being ignited from this explosion, as just and you see the third in the distance. You think to yourself, I know where that is. As it hits and you see a tidal wave erupt forward, and you start to see all of the river base around Axxion erupt with this tidal wave, this flooding, as you see water is now starting to cascade over all of the shores and start to crash in onto the outer city.
She's probably gonna glance at the bridge to see the water.
You see the water is rushing forward before erupting up. And you see the bridges, luckily, they thought of it and started to raise the bridges. But there are people stranded on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And as the bridges are raising, you see people are trying to jump across, barely hanging on, trying to just get across as the waves erupt forward. You don't know how many are killed. You see just structures being destroyed. You see part of the bridge itself barely holding on. But you see parts of it also just snapping and breaking as you see it start to just shift and creak and kind of sway off to one side as it's been purposefully split open, but you see one of the sides is now starting to just bend, and you see the tidal waves just crashing in, destroying the outer city. Those other two destroying the entirety of the military base. You just see this all happening at once. Make me a dexterity saving throw for your echo.
That is a 21.
21. As the shockwave hits, you start to see the initial explosion, and then the shockwave blast is now starting to crest forward and just destroy everything. You see tiles from the rooftops just being flown and turned into these very fine daggers just flying through the air. You see all of these structures, pillars, this concrete, all of it cracking and being destroyed as the shockwave is now starting to impact and fly overhead. You barely avoid it with your echo, still being able to keep an eye on everything. As it all just settles eventually, this impact and the dust, it's everywhere. Even though it hit on the farthest northern side of the city, even on the far, far north in the waters, in the lake, you see just all of this happening from just that. As the explosions themselves have started to settle, you just hear them. Overhead, the jets that one managed to make it are now flying overhead, searching and patrolling. And it's at this point you see from the sky lights, these 5 rows of lights. Just artillery fire blasting down like raining fire as it just starts to hit and impact into the city. This is just the start. You see just this volley fire just happening over the city. Of spells, of energy, of something. Just, you just see light just raining down from the skies. And that's where we're going to next session.
Oh.
Thank you for watching this carnage. It was a lot of storytelling rather than a lot of RP, but this was the necessary issues.
Yes.
So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next week for the possible resolution of what's happening. Thank you guys, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.